to tell you how I went from drinking 1 to 2 bottles of wine most nights of the week to becoming someone who would drink 1 to 2 glasses of wine per month. And no, it was not a result of me doing things like dry January or sober October or saving my drinking for the weekends or trying to set rules around my drinking and essentially forcing myself to drink moderately. Because believe me, I tried those things and they never worked. So just a quick backstory, my name is Katie. I drank very heavily for nearly 10 years. I was mainly a red or white wine drinker, but I honestly would drink anything if it had alcohol in it. I had stashes of liquor hidden away in my cabinet, so my husband didn't know I was sneaking that. I would drink beer, I would drink cocktails, really I would drink anything, but I did notice that as I got older, I got in this habit of just drinking and keeping a stash of wine that I could tap into every single night because it just felt less stigmatizing, I guess, and I felt more sophisticated drinking a nice glass of wine in a fancy wine glass. But don't get me wrong, most nights I was polishing off at least a full bottle of wine. Oftentimes I would sneak liquor from the cabinet when my husband wasn't looking, or I would just open up a second bottle. I was a very heavy daily drinker for nearly 10 years. And I really didn't like this aspect of myself and this relationship that I had with alcohol. And so I tried so many times to rein it in, to moderate, to even quit drinking, and nothing lasted long term. What happened for me is it seemed like the more I tried to moderate my drinking, or even when I would try to quit drinking, all I could do was think about alcohol, and it seemed like my desire for alcohol would increase to where I would just be like, screw it, I'm gonna have a drink. I don't care about my goals or all of these other issues alcohol is causing in my life. I just need a drink. Fast forward to 2017, and I was scouring the internet yet again, trying to find a solution for my drinking problem. That's when I stumbled upon a treatment that's been around for over 30 years, but nobody is talking about, and I'd never heard of it before. Treatment is called the Sinclair Method, and it essentially works to reverse the issue of alcohol use disorder and excessive drinking at the neurological level, which I've since learned is the root cause of why we overdrink. And it does this by using a medication called naltrexone that is taken 1 hour before drinking. By taking this medication before drinking, what happens is some of the euphoric effects of alcohol are blunted. And so essentially alcohol is a little bit less rewarding. In total, I was on this treatment for a year, and I started it as a daily binge drinker, really hard to even have one alcohol-free day each week. And I was not someone who could easily stop drinking once I started. But the longer I was following the protocol, the more control I got over my alcohol consumption. This meant that I was no longer drinking until blacking out. I was having fewer and fewer hangovers. I was having more alcohol-free days, and I also noticed my thoughts, my mental preoccupation, and my craving for alcohol was just starting to quiet down. Month after month on this treatment, I was having more alcohol-free days, and when I was drinking, I was just seeing myself have more control, where I could say, I'm gonna have a glass of wine with dinner, and I would have 1 glass of wine and stop there, whereas before, I would definitely drink the whole bottle and then some. After a year on this treatment protocol, I got to a place where I was mostly alcohol free, and I was drinking literally 1 to 2 glasses of wine once or twice a month, simply because I didn't want to drink more than that. This treatment not only changed my drinking, but it also changed my life. I started advocating for it about a month after I started the protocol because I was completely blown away by the success that I was seeing. I documented my story on YouTube. It's all still there. And I've also been a coach to others on this treatment since 2018. And I've seen it change so many people's lives after they've tried other treatments that just didn't work. Like me, they were just feeling stuck in their struggles with alcohol. If you've never heard of this treatment before, I am honestly not surprised. Unfortunately, even though it's super effective and has decades of research behind it, most people don't even know that it exists. You can learn more about it with my other videos on here. Also, the link in my profile has free resources and information where you can educate yourself about it, as well as a place where you can get started on the treatment discreetly, privately, and even from the comfort of home. I hope this information is helpful. Thank you so much for watching.